Hi, Year 6, I hope you're well and having a good week. We are back to grammar again this week, so let's see what it is this time. There are two voices in English. These determine whether the subject of a sentence is performing or receiving an action. Let's look at the active voice first. In an active sentence, the subject is performing the action of the verb, and the object is receiving it. Have a look at this sentence. Let's identify the verb in the sentence first. This is the action that is being performed. In this sentence, the verb is kicked. Next, let's identify the subject. The subject of a sentence is the main thing or person that the sentence is about. In this sentence, the subject is the boy. Finally, let's identify the object, the thing or person receiving the action. In this sentence, the object is the ball. Now let's look at the same sentence, but in the passive voice. In a passive sentence, the word order is reversed so that the subject is receiving the action and the object is performing it. I've still got our sentence in active voice written at the top of the screen so we can compare it as we go along. In the passive voice, we still have our verb kicked, but we also have the verb was, creating a verb chain. Was is a key word to look out for when using the passive voice. Let's look at the subject of our sentence next. Remember, in the passive voice, the word order is reversed, so the subject is receiving the action. This sentence is about the ball, so this is the subject of our sentence. But notice how it is still receiving the action like our sentence in the active voice. Finally, the boy is still performing the action, but it is now the object as the sentence is not focusing on him. We also use the preposition by. This preposition indicates who or what is performing the action. In this sentence, the boy. Sometimes in passive voice, the performer of the action is not included at all. Notice how in this sentence, the object has been removed, but it still makes sense because we have a subject and a verb making up our sentence. Let's look at some more examples. This sentence is written in the active voice. We know this because the sentence is about the snake. That makes it the subject, and it is performing the verb attacked. Therefore, the girl is our object. If we wanted to rewrite this sentence in the passive voice, we need to make the girl, our object, the main thing in the sentence. So let's start with the girl. Because the sentence is now about her, she is our subject. Now, it was the snake who did the verb in the original sentence, so we need to make sure that that remains the same in this sentence. It wouldn't be correct to change the sentence to, the girl attacked the snake. This would be in active voice and not in passive. So the snake will become our object. Let's add in our verbs next. Remember, we will probably have a verb chain in the passive voice. Also check that the verbs show the correct direction that the action is taking place in. And finally, remember to include the preposition by to show who or what is performing the action. This sentence is now written in the passive voice. Notice how sometimes in the passive voice we don't have an object in the sentence, but the sentence still makes sense because we're left with the subject and the verb. So to recap, in the active voice the subject is performing the verb, whereas in the passive voice the subject is receiving the verb. Another thing to look out for in the passive voice is the use of a verb chain and the preposition by. So to finish off this video, I prepared 5 questions for you to have a go at. You may need to pause the video on each question, save a little bit longer to have a go at each one, but do try it out and see how you get on. I hope to see you sometime soon.